Hi there, welcome to the Paddington station in London. Today we're flying to New York with Virgin Atlantic in premium economy. I have never actually tried Virgin before, but just a few days ago I managed to get a status match from them. I'm gonna talk about it a little bit later on, but for now it means that we get access to the Clubhouse at Heathrow even without a business class ticket. So let's hop onto the Heathrow Express and go to Terminal 3 to catch a flight to New York. Virgin Atlantic, who are part of SkyTeam, are based here together with Delta. By the way, on my way back from the US, I'm flying with Delta, also in premium economy, and once that video is ready, I'll put a link down below in the description. As part of your premium economy ticket, you get access to dedicated check-in desks, and you can also check in 2 items of luggage for free. I only had 10 luggage with me, but I still dropped by the check-in desk to change my seat assignment, which we'll get to a bit later. As for security, unfortunately you can't use the fast track lane if you're flying in premium economy, and there is no lounge access either. However, as I mentioned earlier, we are gonna have a chance to check out the Virgin Clubhouse today thanks to my newly acquired Virgin Gold status. This is their flagship lounge and I'm really excited to visit it because I've heard so many good things about it, and I'm also curious how it compares to BA Concorde room in Terminal 5. So let's go and check it out. There's a deli station where you can pick up a salad, but most of the food is done via table service. And as soon as I sat down, a waiter came up to me with a menu. They also asked me if I visited the lounge before and walked me through the main amenities, which I think is a really nice touch. I ordered some food and while waiting went to check out the bar. I got a mocktail and headed back to my table, and here's my food. I went for the chicken curry and a strawberry and champagne jelly for dessert, and both were simply delicious. Finally, there are 2 more floors to this lounge. At the top you got an open air terrace with amazing views of the apron, and this is hands down my favorite part of the lounge now. And then 1 floor down there is this little games area. Yeah, this lounge definitely beats the Concorde room for me, but I have to actually manage my time here because I also need to go to the Amex Centurion lounge, which is also located in Terminal 3 for another video that I'm working on. So yeah, I have to be careful not to miss my flight. But as a premium economy passenger, you get priority boarding in Group 2. However, the whole process was a little chaotic on our flight. There was basically this guy who was very strictly policing the boarding area. Whenever someone got up from their seat, he'd come up to them and be like, "Please take a seat, boarding hasn't started yet." But then a couple of minutes before boarding, he just completely disappeared and everyone rushed to the gate at the same time. But I did manage to be one of the first people on board because I really wanted to get some footage of the cabin while it was relatively empty. The Airbus A350 that we're flying on today has 56 premium economy seats spread across 7 rows in a 2-4-2 configuration. Each seat is 1 inch wider than the economy ones and offers up to 7 inches more legroom. And here's the cabin itself. It looks quite modern, even though I'm not a fan of the color scheme if I'm being honest. As for me, I'll be sitting in 21A today, which is a window seat in the first row of premium economy. I wanted this seat as you don't have to worry about anyone reclining into your space, and I got it for free by asking at the check-in desk. On my seat, in addition to the usual stuff, I found this little note that turned out to be a handwritten welcome on board message from the crew. And a few minutes later, a member of the cabin crew came up to me to welcome me back and confirm that my pre-selected meal choice was on board. While in my case, this welcome was completely undeserved as I got the status via status match, I do think it's a great way to make your regular customers feel appreciated, so thumbs up to Virgin. The pillow actually seems the same as what you'd expect in economy, or at least I hope their economy class pillows aren't any smaller than this one. A bit later on, we were also offered the choice of pretty patchy beverages. I went for the sparkling wine, and this was served in actual glasses.
Cabin crew seats to take off, please.
main meal started with the drink service about half an hour after takeoff. The drinks were served again in proper glasses and came with some packaged snacks. As for the food, I got an email a few days before departure telling me that I can pre-select the main course. I went for the truffle mac and cheese, but here's the full menu. The meal was actually delicious, and I really appreciated the airplane-shaped salt and pepper shakers. I think I would place this meal on par or maybe slightly above the ones that you get on the longer Club Europe flights with British Airways. With the food out of the way for now, as there is more of it coming later, and before I forget, let's check out the bathroom. It's pretty standard and relatively clean, so not really much to say about it. Back at my seat, I had almost 5 more hours to kill, and I was determined not to sleep, so let's take a quick look at the entertainment system. In first row, it pops out of the center console. The lady across the aisle did have a problem with this setup, as her monitor just wouldn't stay in position, so she had to move seats, but other than that, the screen was very responsive and there was a good selection of movies. The headphones, while they were over the ear, they still didn't offer anything in the way of noise cancellation. So we have a little over 3 hours left to go, and so far I've been really enjoying the flight. The crew have been just fantastic. The meal was significantly better than I had expected for premium economy. And I think I'm just gonna now pick a movie from the entertainment system and spend the rest of the flight watching it until it's time for the second meal, which I'm actually quite looking forward to. In the end, instead of watching a movie, I actually decided to test out the Wi-Fi on board and see if I can get some work done. I bought the 1-hour pass for $5.99 and the connection was quite reliable. At some point, the cabin crew brought around some snacks, followed by drinks, which was a very nice surprise. I mean, even in business class, I rarely see the cabin crew just walking around offering food in the middle of a long-haul flight. That also reminded me to go check out the snack selection in the galley. And then before I knew it, it was time for the second meal. I went for the high tea option and here's what it looked like. Again, this is surprisingly high quality for the second meal service in premium economy on a relatively short flight like this. I haven't done premium economy on BA for a while, but last time I tried it, they served some pretty inedible muffin as the second meal. Alright, I'm in my hotel room in New York and I just wanted to share some final impressions about this flight. So the flight itself, I would say, exceeded my expectations. The service was just amazing. I loved the nice little touches and overall how attentive they were throughout the flight, proactively offering beverages and snacks between the two main meals. And then when it comes to the meals themselves, I think it's noteworthy that both meals in the flight were proper, because often what happens with the premium economy products is that you get a decent meal as the first one of the flight, and then the second one can be something like, how BA often does a muffin. So on this flight, that was not the case. I very much enjoyed both the first and the second meal. And it was also kind of cool that I could pre-order online to make sure my choice is guaranteed. And then the seat was pretty much as expected. It was comfortable, it was clean, it was a new aircraft, so yeah, no surprises there. I do want to mention a couple of things that I think could have been improved. One is the boarding process was quite chaotic, and then the other
Kind of minor thing is the headphones for the entertainment system. I felt like they're not on par with the rest of the experience, where the rest of it was really, really like good and premium, but the headphones kind of stood out as being like something of a lower quality. And by the way, I'll be going back next week with Delta, also in premium economy. So if you are curious to see how Virgin's premium economy compares to Delta's, do subscribe to the channel to not miss that video and any other future videos as well. Thank you very much for watching this today, and I look forward to seeing you next time.